Alright, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm Spirited Alice. Welcome and happy weekend to you all. This is all a reminder for November 4th to the 6th, and this is going to be happening. We're going to be doing all signs to know what's going to happen through what's going to happen these times. It will be a very significant time that maybe things will change as they go along, or something as well. Keep in mind that this is going to be always a good fit for you all. I hope that you will enjoy this and I hope that you will like this. And remember that these things will take time, okay? There is a way of knowing what to do, what to be expected, or what the cards are going to be doing. But we have to recommend that everything will be fine and dandy. It's always that, right? And we always have to understand of what's going on as well. Basically, in that understanding is that we already understand about how this is going to be doing. Okay, so remember that when we do this, we will understand what's going to happen. Okay, so keep in mind about how this is going, and I hope that you will enjoy this. Today, we are going to be talking about your deeper resolve rises. Eclipse in Aquarius, awakening. So this is going to be for you first. I'm always knowing that that's going to be happening, and we're going to think about that. So I'll move this a little bit over here a little bit. I'll keep in mind a little bit about these cards, what they're going to do for you, and this is how it's going to be. Okay, so remember how this is, and I hope that you will enjoy. Okay. Right, so tell me something about Aquarius. What's going on for November 4th to November 4th to the 6th of this weekend. So let's see. So we have the Star is upright, the Four of Wands is upright, and the Eight of Wands upright. That's Eight of Swords upright. These things will take time as they go along. Aquarius. It's very like a temptation. You don't expect what's going to happen. You are actually wishing for something, and that's very interesting. You're wishing upon something. Wishing upon something is very, very significant, very ideal, and very authentic as well. And these will take time as you go along as well. The Four of Wands represents that maybe you are married, you're like a married person, you're doing well, you're doing fantastic, all of that, right? All above. And that's how it seems to be as well. That's kind of good. And the last but not least is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords basically represents like almost a negative feeling, maybe not. Kind of like that. I could clarify this as the other way of the cards. And let's see how that happens. As a result is that we have new stuff that I have here that you don't see. These ones that pulling out are new, actually. We're going to find out what the Eight of Swords represents in this thing. Tell me something. Tell me something for Aquarius. Which card represents that? Let's see. We got the Five of Swords is upright, and it's a fawn. It's a fawn deer. It's like a baby. So, but we're going to find that out because that's between the Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is closer towards the Eight of Swords. And you need 6, 7, 8. So then you need 3 more swords to make that. Haha, 3 more swords. You know what I mean? But you know what? This is for you. Let's see how this is. Is that the 3 of Swords? Yeah. for the 5 stars. I'm going to read you the whole thing, and then hopefully you can understand how this is. The 5 of Swords indicates you are in one of 3 positions. The first is that of a brute, the person who sees something they want and simply takes it without considering the impact of their actions. You may have made gains through less than honorable tactics, but be warned, any victory will be hollowed and your reputation damaged. The second position is that of the enabler, or someone complicit. Perhaps you benefit in some way by dishonorable actions of another. You may not have done the dirty work, but you did reap some reward as a result. Although you were not directly involved, your inaction will leave you weakened, as others will recognize your lack of integrity. The final position is that of the victim or the sufferer as a result of the actions of the selfish. Your well-being, opinions, or requirements were never even on the table. They were never even considered, and yet you are the one who is negatively affected. The 5 of Swords asks you to acknowledge your role in this situation. Once you establish your contribution and your role, you will know what action to take. The story of the deer on the 5 of Swords is one that is not uncommon. The land is bulldozed, trees are toppled, and buildings are erected. All this is done without too often considering the animals impacted by business leaders, developers' decisions. They are the decision makers. Or worse, considering and ultimately disregarded. If you find yourself surrounded by the 5 of Swords energy, call on the deer for support as this animal will help you find the confidence to confront your situation head on. To survive, deer use their ability to feel vibration and follow their instinct. When you use the deer's power, you will have a sense of what is right and what is wrong. Your intuition will guide you toward inner peace. And the deer represents intuition, confidence, or protection. So everything I just said to you is that you have to believe in your own self, okay? And when you order to believe in this, you have to take this as a grain of salt, you know. And that is recommended, okay? Because when you see this as maybe a marrying person or not, or maybe single, whatever, you have to understand what's going on here in this situation. These things take time as they go along. I always say this in all my videos. But you know what? You have to understand that when you see this as a way, you have to understand. Your ability of your sign indicates that, you have, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, in this situation. And then you have Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius in this situation as well. But compacted of this situation right here that you've seen, you have to understand, right? So if you just take this time as when you get along with it, I hope that you will see this, okay? Because mind you, it will work for me or work for you. It doesn't really matter. But you know what? Just learn. Just learn and pay attention. That's all you have to do is pay attention. And not only that, this is new as well. So I'll maybe read one of this before we get to the next one as well. So tell me one thing for Aquarius. Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. That's a really interesting outlook of that. Okay, and this represents that I'm going to read this in this book because I just did it with other ones. Let's see if I can find it in my readings here. That I have to do. Let's see. So I have to go to okay, so what I just said, I released the need to know all the answers from doubt. It means impossible for the human brain to comprehend the mysteries of the universe. You are the only consciously aware of the 3 dimensions for a reason. And that is to learn to love without the full awareness of your connection to spirit. Everyone has his or her own personal path to awareness. And there is no right or wrong answer as long as your goal is to manifest the energy of love and compassion. The wisdom of the divine trickles into the physical dimension, and some of it will resonate with your soul and some will not. These are your signposts that guide you to your correct path. If the wisdom resonates with you and seems right, then keep it. If not, release it back to the universe. Always be aware and mindful of the insights that your spirit guides and teachers put on the path. Exactly, right? So you want, if you just take this and think, okay, I'll do whatever I want to do, then go for it. Because you know why? You have to take things for granted as they are. Okay? But like I say more, is that you can do this. Okay? You can do this, if you put your mind to it. Okay? So that's for you, Aquarius. Next one, personal growth, Moon and Taurus, self-esteem. Exactly, we know what's going to happen in this situation, but you know what, we have to understand this. So, what's going on for Taurus of the weekend coming up? November 4th to November 6th. So, we got the Four of Wands is upright. That's interesting. Ooh, the Nine of Swords reversed. That's interesting. And the last but not least is the Eight of Swords. Alright, so you know what? The times for these is that the Four of Wands represents marriage. So you could be married, Taurus. You might not. The Knight of Swords reversed. Now that's a good picture. We don't know what that is, but let's see. Can you clarify the Knight of Swords reversed? Tell me something for an upright card that represents Taurus. Something that can be good. Queen of Cups. Yeah, so basically in my own standards, you have to understand these things, like, the reason behind this is, like, if you're married, you're married. If you're trying to not having conflict or anything like that, you're trying to decide what you're going to do. The Knight of Swords could represent maybe communication, maybe not, I don't know. But it depends on how you're feeling with this situation. Actually, it would be good for this as well. Like, I don't know how I can do this. Tell me something. What would be good here in this situation? The Ten of Wands is upright, and there is, if you can see, this is fish. So that's kind of cool, actually, in this reading, the Ten of Wands. So basically, in this situation here, Taurus, you have to be aware of knowing to be expected by this. There is a way of knowing what to do, and there's no way of not knowing what to do. But you know what? These things will take time as they go along. You have to embrace, like, the opportunity when I'm looking at this for the, let's see, I have to look at this. Okay, so I'll have to look at so I'll look at this. Let's see. Alright, so the Ten of Wands in this situation I just showed you here, there's more information in this situation, where it says, so the Ten of Wands, okay, this is it, this is the card. It represents, from a distance, an idea you envisioned appeared so easy to reach without obstacles or complications to cause second thoughts. Now you are knee-deep and committed, the task is proving to be far more challenging than anticipated. With struggle comes the risk of drowning in self-doubt, of losing passion, enthusiasm for something that once held great promise. The Ten of Wands brings the message that if you want to succeed, you will need to rekindle the fire in your belly to persevere, as you are going to encounter a period of struggle before you reach a successful ending. You may also see this as a sign to let go and release yourself from the burden of sticking to a plan, as you may come to realize that the struggle or obstacle is far from difficult than reward should warrant. The Ten of Wands may also appoint a situation where you will be the one doing the heavy lifting, as others around you to wait to benefit from your efforts. Of course, if you fail, it will be on your shoulders to clean up. If you live in the Ballard neighborhood of Seattle and have some small kids, it is almost obligatory that you bring them to the fish lander at the Boulder Locks to watch the salmon make their way from the Pacific Ocean up into Lake Union on their way to their final destination, Lake Washington. I thought about the salmon's long journey when it came time to create the Ten of Wands, as this fish carries with it the power of perseverance. Call on the salmon's energy when you need help navigating your way through a difficult or tumultuous situation. Let its spirit help you find the confidence to move forward over each obstacle with a knowing that you have within the power to climb higher, swim longer, and live with purpose. Salmon is purpose, determination, renewal, or direction. That's what it's called. So, you know what? If you think of what I'm saying to you is that if you find your own, if you have a bad direction, then go with a different direction. Okay? These will take time. If you don't want to go left, you're going right. That's all it is in this situation, right? So if you take this time and you just move with the flow, you will get this situation and all that. Okay, so as long as I can say this with that, that's all it is at the moment. Okay, so if you just take it as what it resonates, this is how it's going to be. All right. So just like I say, go with the flow. That's all you have to do. Stand firm in the eye of the storm. Eclipse in Scorpio. Regeneration. You know, it's interesting about what I'm saying about Scorpio. You know, Scorpio. And, you know, you have to understand that Scorpio, that these things will take time as they go along. But you know what? You can do this. Oh, wow. That's a lot of cards, but we're going to see that. Because that just flipped. Did you see that? Yeah. Let's flip it in my hands. So we got 1, 2, we got 3, we got 4, oh my lord, 5, oh these are too many cards, but 5, 6, 7, we got 8. This is, wow, an 8 reading. So let's see for the first one. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is reversed. The Temperance is upright. The High Priestess is upright. Interesting. Okay, then we got the Empress is reversed. The Magician is reversed. Oh my god. The Hierophant reversed. Oh my lord. The Lover's reversed. And last but not least is the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, there is something in this situation, okay, Scorpio? You have to understand how this is beyond the point, okay? It's beyond. And what I mean is, I would say, beyond the point. Beyond, okay? Because in this situation right here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reverse cards, and you only have 1, 2, and 3 are upright. That is significant. Okay, that's wow. Because the only way I can say this as this way is that you have to understand that what's going to happen. You know, you're at the point that you're with your career. That's interesting about this format. You're actually at this career. But like I say, there is a way of knowing to be tempted by this situation. You have to embrace of the opportunity. You have to take setbacks or whatever it is. But you know what? If you go with the flow, you will do this, right? And what I mean is that if you just take it as maybe like a grain of salt, but not really a grain of salt, maybe a grain of pepper, I don't care. But you know what? You have to understand that this reading is a big reading, isn't it? Yeah, I believe, right? So you have to understand how this is, because when I can say this is that I'm just saying wow to it. I am wow, because you have to understand, like, let's see about one of this, tell me which card that represents Scorpio, or me telling it to Scorpio. Something that would be good. And now I'll do it over here because you want to see it. But let's see about this one. Well, death, it says, I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Well, I don't know why that comes out, but that represents Scorpio. Exactly, it represents you. But in the way of that, let's see what that is in this situation of the soul's journey. Let me see that. So let's see. So death represents, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. It says, the death is an illusion. It's a fact of life that the human body we use to travel the earth must eventually stop working. It's not meant to exist forever. The energy and consciousness that inhabited that body is free and returns to its normal home. But it never abandons us. Learn to view death as merely a change, and everything must change, because Nancy extinguishes progress. The same is true for a relationship or a career. A soul lesson may be completed. It is time to move beyond this point of familiarity and expand into new horizons of learning and development. This is a wonderful opportunity to thank those other souls in your life who have shared part of your path and taught you so much. Exactly. You have to understand of what's going to happen. You have to see this as maybe a grain of salt, maybe not. Maybe you just have to have a good situation. But these things will take time as they go along. I always say that. And you have to remain as what's going to happen in the next few years, or what's going to happen during this weekend, or maybe not. But you know what? These will take time, because, like I say, this reading is a big reading, and I didn't know that. But when I think about this, okay, I think about what's going to happen between this way or this way. If you're not going this way, you're going this way. And you're not going this way, you're going this way. Vice reverse psychology there, which means you're reversing, right? So if you're just going by this path and not going this path, and then all of a sudden you're making your mind saying, okay, I'm not going to go this path, I'm going this path, which means you're doing that, right? Because you're like this guy, and then saying like this, and then I would do that same thing, and I'll be doing like this. I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking. That almost reminds me of that movie called Night in the Museum, #2, the movie. Because when you watch that movie, they will ask, "Can you help us with this Smithsonian or this thing, this gold brick thing?" And then they will say, "I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking," and it's kind of like annoying you, you know. But that's how that is, right? Because you don't know what you're going to do next, right? But, you know, this is how it seems to be in this situation here. We have to understand the feeling of we can do this. And when we do this, we will take this as a way of knowing, a way of what to do, all that, right? And that's how that seems to be. So if you take this for granted and knowing to expect it, you will. Okay, that's how it is. But keep things to know what's going to happen in this situation, Scorpio. But good job, Scorpio. Just remember what I said to you in that reading, okay? Remember, you have to live and learn. You have to understand what's going to happen, and that's how it is. All right? But my goodness, that's a long reading. All right. The next one. It is freedom and adventure. Moon in Sagittarius. Discovery. Yeah, so let's see what's going on here in this situation. We have to understand of how this is going to go. And that's how it is at the moment. So if you just believe in yourself, Sagittarius, you have to do this as long as it seems to be, and that's how it is, right? So let's see what's going on for Sagittarius from November 4th to the 6th. Right, so we're going to do that one, that one. Alright, so we're going to do the Ace of Swords is reversed. Interesting. Ooh. The Hermit is reversed. And the Two of Cups reversed. This is a strange reading. The Sagittarius is strange. You're not having a soulmate. You're not looking for a soulmate. You're not even having a friendship. That is very odd. But the Ace of Swords represents, it would be like a beginning, but now it's not a beginning. There is no beginning. Like, what's going on here in this situation? Like, why? Why do you think that this is like, oh my lord, I don't know what to do? Well, all of a sudden, yeah. Okay, let's see how this is going to be for you. Like, let's see. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Change. Yeah, there is change in this situation. There is. And when I look at this, let's see how that is. Let me try to read this to you. Sagittarius. Let's see. Alright, so let's see. Change. There is a certain comfort in the idea of living a life without surprises. The status quo has an appeal, but you will never learn or grow if your circumstances stay the same. Everybody wants life to be better, but that requires change. You have chosen to incarnate into this physical dimension called Earth because of the myriad of opportunities. If you don't take advantage of them, what was the point? Staying within your comfort zone is overrated. With change comes transformation, and with transformation comes evolution. Stop viewing change as good or bad, because all change nourishes your soul. Don't equate it with a lack of control. Life happens. It's supposed to happen. You can direct how it plays out, and you always have the power to accept a change that redirects your path. Exactly. If you have, I'm going to say this to you, okay, right or wrong. If you like to agree or disagree. You take it as a buffer, okay? When you are at a buffer, you're at an end, okay? You know how you're driving around down the road, you keep going, and then there's a sign saying U-turn, and you make a U-turn to go back that way. You are doing that. You are doing that because you're supposed to do that. If you keep going, you're at a dead end. You're going to stop what you're going to be doing, you know. And I'm going to say this as my own interpretation, or my own words. You have to understand that if you're breaking the two of cups reversed and the Hermit card reversed, which means that these two are exactly that what you're doing, okay? And even this card as well, the Ace of Swords reversed. You have to understand that if you're not making a beginning, and you're not seeing a soul or having a soulmate or finding that lady or whoever, then basically in that end you are actually breaking this friendship. And friendship is basically a die for. It's not good to have a friendship like that. You have to understand that these things will take time. Okay? You don't know if it could be weeks, months, years. Okay? You have to understand how this is. Okay? You have to believe in your own self. You have to understand of how it's going to be ended up at. You have to. You have to understand. Because you know why? You have to believe in your own self. And if you don't believe, then everything is going to backfire. Which means you're going to be saying, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. Forget it. Forget it. I don't know what's going to happen. Then that's what it is. Okay? You just have to understand how this is. It's like I say, it's bad. It's not good, it's bad. And bad means bad, not good either. So you just have to remember that these will take time. You have to. And if you do it, then so be it. Okay? That's all you have to do. Because like I say, you have to understand the feeling, you have to understand how it kind of is, You have to understand how it's going to be. Yeah, alright? That's how it's going to be. Alright, so thanks and enjoy yourself. But just keep it how it is, okay? And I'm actually running out of time. It's not very good. Doing this very quick. Follow your dreams, Moon and Pisces, wonder. Yeah, so remember how I say this, and you have to understand how this is. Okay? You have to embrace the opportunity of what's going to happen for you, okay? So, what's going on for Pisces in this situation here? Oh. Alright, so we have 1, 2. Yeah, I'm just going to do this very quick, okay? So, we got Ace of Pentacles reversed. We have the Page of Wands reversed. And we got the 5 of Cups reversed. This is interesting. A reversed reading again, okay? You have to understand that if you don't take this as for granted, you're not going to go anywhere, Pisces. You are not. And if you just keep it as what this is remaining, is that you're going to say, oh my Lord, I don't know what to do, I'm stuck. Well, then there you go, right? You have to understand how it is, right? If you get stuck, call a tow truck. Ha ha ha, very funny. But that's how it is, okay? That's how it's going to be, because basically in that situation, you have to understand how this is, okay? Like, this is how it's going to be. I'll do one card, I won't read it, but I'll tell you what it is, okay? Worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. That makes sense, because I have noticed that when I was hearing someone heard about that, worry about that, it's an emotion, not an expression, an emotion. Which means you're worried about something, you're worried about what's going to happen, you're worried about the weather is going to change, you're worried about anything. But that's how it is, okay, Pisces? You have to get along. You have to understand that these things will take time. You have to embrace. You have to, be expected by what's going to happen. All that stuff. And that's how it is, okay? So if you just have this as a good opportunity, you will be doing fine, okay? That's all it is, because when you do this and you considering this as a good, interesting reading or whatever, you have to understand how this is, okay? That's all you have to do, okay? Because in this situation, like I say, just remember how these cards are, okay? They kind of do look like upright to you, but they look reversed to me, and they are. So you know what, if you just take it as it resonates to you, I hope you will be doing an awesome time with you, Pisces, okay? Here's how this is going to be. On to the next one. Boost relationships through teamwork and compromise. Eclipse in Aries, collaboration. Alright, so in that note, that this is going to be divine of how it is, divine timing or something. You have to understand how that is. I'm just going to do a different reading for you, because this is going to be good, okay? What I mean by that, just see how it is, okay? You're asking me, saying, why is spiritual hours go so fast? Well, I'm just doing it because that's how it is. So, it's kind of like how it seems to be, okay? So, we got the Two of Swords is upright. We got the Knight of Cups is upright. And we got the Four of Cups upright. Alright, so basically for you, Aries, you have to understand which direction you're going to take. Exactly, which direction, this way or this way. Okay, so if you take it as that, you have to understand how that will be, because if I recommend this situation is that you have to decide where you're going to go. You have to embrace what's going to happen. You have to conceive this. You have to believe in yourself, you know, and that's how it is. So if you do like this, and let's see what this message is for you. I hope that you will like this. Let's see. And what we got? We got trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. That's how it is. Yeah, you have to trust. You have to trust, and then you have to believe in yourself that you can do this. It's like riding a horse. You know, if you're riding that horse, you're trusting that horse. You know, that's how it is. You're going that way. And then if you just remind about yourself, it's like, who are you thinking about? You're thinking about this lady. Maybe you're not. Maybe, I don't know. But that's how it is. So if you just understand how this is going, you have to know this way or this way. You know, it can't be like this, and then it's like, okay, I'm not going to go anywhere. But if you go like this, or going like this, you're going like this. Okay? So it's like, if you just take it as it resonates to you, even if it is, you have to believe in that, in your own self. That's all I'm going to say there. Okay? If you believe in your own self, you will take this as for granted. That's all you have to do. Okay? Because, like I say, you have to trust. And when you trust, you're going to trust. Okay? So that's how it seems to be. Okay? Almost done. Rise to challenges as a new path opens. Eclipse and Gemini. Negotiation. That's interesting. Well, let's see. What's going on for Gemini? So we got the Seven of Wands is upright. We got the Four of Wands is upright. Then we got the Five of Wands reversed. Yeah, so see, in this situation, Gemini, you're doing a great thing. You know, you could be married, you could be not, I don't know. But you know what? You do that. You have to believe in your own self that if you have the Seven of Wands, or it's like you're maybe like ready for a fight. Maybe you're not. I don't know, but you're in that position. But in this situation here, the Five of Wands reversed, that's interesting. Maybe you're not getting along. Maybe you're not. But it seems to be that you're not negotiation. You're not, no. Maybe you're having a fight. Maybe you're not getting along. Maybe you're doing something. Maybe someone took something away from you. I don't know. But you know what? That's how it is. So let's see what this would be for you. Not going to read you every single card, but I'll get you one of those, and let's see. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Exactly. That's the one what Aries had earlier. But you know what? You're doing this because you're trying to trust. You're trusting the instincts of the Four of Wands, represents that if you're going to get married, you're trusting that person, and that's fine. If you're trusting about not having a fight with somebody, you're actually doing that. You're actually thinking, oh, well, it was me, why I'm not doing this, why I'm, well, exactly, okay, pay attention. Because when you're not paying attention, you're thinking, okay, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing what's wrong or what's right or anything. You're just saying, who cares? But you know what? You don't care. You're doing this because I'm kind of like showing you what to do, okay? I'm directing you of how it's going to be, you know? That's how it is. So if you just take it as this resonates to you, you will be fine. If you don't do this, then it's like you're going to say, okay, I forgot, or I'm not paying attention. Well, you know what? You have to pay attention. And that's how this reading is, okay? But remember, trust. That's all you have to do. An emotion phase or domestic development. Eclipse in Cancer, acceptance. Yeah, so, you know, it means something to me about that. So let's see what's going on. So let's see. So we got the Judgment is upright. We got the Devil reversed. And we got the Knight of Wands reversed. Yeah, so there's something going on here, Cancer. Judgment is a way of knowing to be expected by that. You have to understand that this could be a good and take situation. It could be not. But you know what? You have to understand that this is going to be like almost like maybe a grain of salt. Maybe not. Maybe not. No. But you know what? If you just do this as what it resonates to you, you'll be fine. Right? That's how it's going to be. So if you just take it as how this resonates to you as it's going along, you have to understand how this is. Right? That's how it seems to be, because if you believe in your own self and you kind of say, okay, I got this, I know what's going to be happening, you have to understand how this is, because, like I say, the energies can flip, but, you know, if you do like this, one way or another, then let's see, like it's here, gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Yeah, exactly. You are going to be having a gratitude. Your gratitude is sounding a horn. Your gratitude is maybe not saying any bad language, because it's reversed. And maybe you're probably thinking, okay, why I'm not talking? Maybe that could be a situation. Maybe. But you know what? If you just understand this, Cancer, you will be fine. Right? Just remember how this resonates to you. And when it goes along, you understand how it seems to be. Right? And you know what? I do care about it as well. But you know what? You have to care about this reading. Okay? That's how it seems to be. But you know what? You will do fine. Okay? So just remember, anything can be possible if you make it possible. Yeah, almost there. Shine brightly like the star you are. Eclipse in Leo, compassion. You know, that is interesting to me, Leo. That is interesting. Let's see what's going on. Tell me something that represents Leo. Okay, so the Eight of Wands is upright. The World is upright. And the Ten of Pentacles is upright. That is interesting, Leo. You're doing a great fine lining. Like you're doing the best as you can. You're completing everything. You're kind of like having a push and pull situation with the Eight of Swords. Interesting for that. And maybe, like, that could be maybe conflict. Maybe you have conflict, maybe not. But then the Ten of Pentacles, you're having everything, like career and everything like that. You're completing with that. But the Eight of Swords, like I say, is probably conflict. You could have conflict. You could have, like, oh, I could do this. I could understand what this seems to be. I'm going to be expected by that. That's fine. But you know what? You have to understand of what's going to happen. Because, like I say, you have to believe and you have to do what's right and not wrong. So if you just see this reading, let's see how this will be. And that will be indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. That is interesting about reading. That is interesting. Yeah. So, if you have indecision and you know what to do, you'll be fine. Right? You have to believe in your own self that you can do this. If you don't believe, you won't do anything. So, what I mean by that is, Leo, you have to understand of this situation, indecision. That's the word that you're looking for, is indecision. And that's how it is, okay? Because, you know why? I know it seems to be this, indecision. It does look like upside down, but you know what? If you turn it this way, it says indecision as well, right? And that's how it is, okay? So, interesting how that is, okay? Because you have to believe that you can do this on your own, and you will. But if you just take it like this, you will get there. Okay, if you just take it like that. And that's how it seems to be. Okay, so if you believe in your own self, you will be fine with it. And you will be expected by this situation. Okay, because that's how it is, Leo. Okay, so I agree with you, but understand how this reading is. Okay, that's all you have to do. Choose duties and responsibilities carefully. Eclipse in Virgo. Reorganization. So that means that is so interesting, but that means something. And let's see how that is. So I'll do one shuffle. Let's see how that is in this reading. So let's see. We have the Four of Wands is upright. We have the Devil is reversed. And we have the Knight of Wands reversed. That's interesting. This is the same. This is a different reading that maybe I did for. I think it was. Was it Cancer? No, it could be something else. It could be maybe Gemini or something like that. But anyway, for you, Virgo, you are married. You're not saying any bad language. That's interesting. You're not saying any bad language. It's reversed to me. The Knight of Wands represents that you're not talking. That it represents communication, you know. But you're not talking officially. You're not talking. It's just reversed. But you know what? You're married, and I'm happy that you're married. It's just that how it seems to be right now is like you're doing the best as you can, and I agree with you. Only you have to. You only have to pick a side, and that side is, let's see. Let's see. Let's see what this card is. Self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Yeah, that is so interesting. Self-esteem. Yeah, if you possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others, you're actually doing that. You're actually doing that because if you are possessing gifts, or if you're having gifts, or you're knowing to be expected, or anything like that, just take it as it resonates. That's how it is, right? And you have to believe that you can do this. And if you don't do it, then no more, right? But you know what? If you just keep doing it and you know what to find of this, that's how it is, right? If you use your intuition or your gut feeling or whatever, if you believe in your own self, Virgo, you will get there. And you have to, like when the word says reorganization, you have to reorganize. You have to put things back where they are. Maybe they are not. I don't know. But you know what? If you just take it as what resonates to you, you can do this. Right? That's how it is. And it seems to be how this reading is. That's how it seems to be. Okay? That's how it is. But I agree with you. I help you. I understand what's going to be good for you. That's how it is. So if you just believe in your own self, you can do this. And I really think that you will. Just remember how this resonates to you. And I hope that you will understand how this is. Okay? Because like I say, you'll believe in this situation and understand how this is. Because like I say, there's a way and there's an out. And if you're going out, you're not coming back in. So if you just believe that you have self-esteem and you just believe of just staying positive or anything like that, you will be fine. Okay? That's how it is. But good job for you. Good job. Just keep it up because you will make it. Okay? Last reading. And it says, re-evaluate relationships, justice, and fair play. Eclipse in Libra, rebalance. So this is how it is right now. This is going to be the last and final get-go of the reading. Okay? I know that you need some help. But you know what, Libra? This is how it is. So you take this reading and you tell me what is going on. Okay? So let's see how this is. Last reading. Okay, so here we go. We got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. We got the Strength is reversed. And we got the Six of Cups is upright. So there is something going on, Libra. And there is a way of knowing what to do. Okay? When I look at the Six of Cups, it means that you're probably talking to this person. You're actually talking and talking and talking. But you know what? If you believe in your own self that you can do this, remember how it is. You have to rebalance yourself. You're going to do like this. You're rebalancing. And that means that you can do this, right? Rebalance is like, basically you're maybe juggling, or maybe you're not. Maybe you're just kind of like put one foot in the front of the other. Maybe that would be good. But you know what? If you just understand how that is, you will be fond of this. Because like I say, if you just understand how this reading is, you have to have a give and take situation. And I'll look at this. See, okay. So, which means that in this situation, is that that's how it is. Okay, I'm looking at the reading and I know what's happening here. But besides the point, in this situation that you haven't seen, one of these cards will represent something. And I'm only going to show you the card, but I won't read you the card. But we will see of one of that. And the reason is the King of Pentacles is upright. And it's like maybe a bowl. Not a bowl that you eat, a bowl, right, from that. So, let me read you that actually. Let me read you that because I want to know what that is. Hang on. So, when I look at the King of Pentacles, it's like a cow situation and all that, but I'll read you this here, 161, page 161, and I'll read you that half, but I won't read the other half. It says, when you draw the King of Pentacles in a reading, consider if you're stepping in to help a situation, are offering your services and skills to help others succeed, or are you holding back because of their eyes placement? Cows have the unique ability to see their position from every angle. Cattle can see what is in front of them, what is behind them. Because of this, when you walk with the cow, not only will you gain a vision for the future, you will remember your past. Call on the patient and reliable cow when you need to find perspective. When you feel perhaps detached from your roots, it will lovingly lead you in the right direction. So cow-sized cattle, it means grace, nourishment, sacred, guardianship, good fortune, and focus. That's what it means, right? If you focus and you believe in yourself and you can do this, you're actually going to do this, right? That's how it seems to be, okay? Because that's how you do. And last but not least, in this situation of this reading for you, because this is the last one, this is how it's going to be. So this is how it's going to be right now, and that's how it is. So let's see. And it's this fear, which means I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Yeah, so which means if you're having fear in this situation, Libra, you have to understand that you have to embrace yourself. Embrace the opportunity. Embrace of the affection. or embrace of the confluence, or embrace of saying, oh, okay, we will get this, we will get on it, we are going to do that. And that's how it is, right? You have to understand how this is going on. You have to understand this. And when you believe, and when you overachieve, and when you embrace the opportunity, you will define about this. You will have this situation and think, okay, I know what Spirit Alex is saying. I know what he's talking about. I'll get on it. Yeah, you will get on it. And that's how this reading is, because if you have this situation and you will understand what's going to happen, you will be fine. That's all it is. You have to be fine. And when you be fine, you have to think, okay, Spirit Alex knows what I'm going to be talking about. I will be understanding that this reading is good. Yes, it is good. But you know what? Pay attention. That's all you have to do, is pay attention. There's a way of knowing to be paying attention, and there's a way of slapping your face like that, for example. I'm not going to do it now. But you know what? Just remember how that is, because you know what? If you pay attention without having a slap across your face or anything like that, you have to understand how that is. You have to focus ability. You have to believe in yourself. And you know what? You have to understand that if you have fear, or you don't have fear, or anything like that, you will be fine. But remember that this is a general reading for everyone. And remember that you must remain, that if you have a good weekend, remember that everything will be fit as a way. Okay? So enjoy and have a great day to all. Bye for now.